Hello, and today we are looking at Chapter 7, Lesson 8, Ordered Pairs, and it's page 525 in your math book. So we're going to do a little bit of vocabulary. First is the coordinate, coordinate, gotta get that spelled right, plane. And the coordinate plane, we are only looking at one quadrant of that coordinate plane, but it is when two perpendicular number lines intersect. And so the full coordinate plane looks like this. And these would be number lines. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be -1, -2, -3, -1, -2, -3. So those would be number lines that are intersecting. We're going to focus on this quadrant of the coordinate plane, which is quadrant 1. Just so you know, this one here is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. We write those in Roman numerals. And so when we have this, let me change colors here. This middle part right here in green, this right here, I'm going to put a little arrow out, that is called the origin, where things begin, right? So the ordered pair for the origin would be 0, 0. And this line here, this is the x-axis. And this line here, this is the y-axis. And when we do an ordered pair, gives the exact location on this coordinate plane. And an ordered pair is always written with a parentheses, the x-coordinate first, and then the y-coordinate. So you would be moving side to side first, and then up or down. So it's always x, y, in parentheses, separated by a comma. This is the way an ordered pair must be written. There are rules in math that we must follow, and one of them is writing our ordered pairs with parentheses and then x, comma, y. So I'm actually going to bring my book in here because I can't really draw a coordinate plane. So I'm going to bring my book in here. And you can see the x-coordinate, comma, y-coordinate surrounded by parentheses. Here is the quadrant 1 that we will be focusing on. You can see the origin here in the corner. And if we wanted to go 3, 5, so our x is 3, you can see here that this person started at the origin and they moved along the x-axis till they got to the 3. And then up the y until they got to the 5. Now what I normally do is I would go over here and up to the 5 and then look at where those two meet. So I would go from the side and the top. And so this coordinate 3, 5 is for the point at Amy's house. And so those dots are not called dots, they're called points. This is math, so we have to use our math vocabulary. So those are points. So the point of Amy's house is at 3, 5. On the example in our next page here, if they wanted to find out what point is at 2, 3, right, x, y, so we would start at the origin and go over 2 and then up 3, and again I would go over 2, up 3, and go to see where they meet. I would use my fingers from the axes in order to name those. So the important thing here for you to remember as young scholars is that we always, it is always x, y, right? And the x-axis goes side to side, right? Going this way. And that the y-axis goes up and down, which is this way. And so you always go side to side first and then up and down. It is always x and then y on a map. On a coordinate plane, anytime we are using coordinates, you are going to go X, Y, so side to side, up and down. Thanks. Have a good day, guys.